I got you. Take it easy.
Alright, creatures of the night, welcome to episode 137 of Talking Taker, our encyclopedic exploration digging up the career of the greatest professional wrestling character of all time, The Undertaker. My name is Alex Dorio, and I want to thank you for joining us for yet another round of Dead Man Talking. And I am joined, as always, by my tag team partner, my wrestling buddy, my quarantine commandant, Mr. Travis White. And Travis, here we are in 2020, living through one of the wildest times of our 34 some odd years on this earth. Man, isn't it going to be great to go back to a simpler time for just an hour where the only things we had to worry about were a giant sumo wrestler and a Yeti in a skin-tight suit with fur over his private parts.
Yeah. And the imminent release of Jurassic Park shortly after this. So, yeah. It was a lot simpler back then. Dude, the quarantine commandant, it sounds like I'm a member of the Truth Commission.
I thought you... Oh, yeah, that's right. Right to censor, not Truth Commission. I'm sorry. Wrong, terrible faction.
Hey, man, I love the Jackal or whatever. I guess this was the Jackal. I love that character.
Yeah, man.
I'm a big fan of him. He did a great job. But yeah, he had turds to deal with. Like he was trying to shine up a turd every Monday night on Raw. So it was hard.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
I
we're going to
go
simpler times where the Yeti ish thing and Big Man in his underwear. Yeah, just a lot of good stuff here going on. And we're going to role play here as Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, so it's going to be fun.
That's right. We are talking today, of course, about Royal Rumble 1993. We're doing our patented Royal Rumble watch-along commentary. And for those of you that have been following the podcast since day one, you know that we originally skipped over some of the early Royal Rumbles in Undertaker's career as we were working out the format of this show. We thought, there's not a lot to talk about when Undertaker's not winning the Royal Rumble, but we have found as the show has evolved that this watch-along format is a fun little way for us to cover every pay-per-view match of the Undertaker's career, and these count with it. So we've kind of been going back through and hitting the ones that we've missed at different points in our podcast. So you'll see our timeline. We left off last week with Backlash 2008. We're talking about the Undertaker and Edge's rivalry. And, that rivalry stretches out across like 5 matches in 2008. So we're going to throw you guys a little break in between Undertaker and Edge matches every week and go back and cover the last Royal Rumble that we missed back in the day, Royal Rumble 1993, where the Undertaker is going to participate. Spoiler alert, he's not going to win. He is going to have his run interrupted by one of his absolute worst WrestleMania opponents from back in the day.
He spoils it.
He really does spoil it. But we're going to cover the whole match. We're going to give you a timestamp. Oh, there goes my phone. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to give you guys the timestamp to join along with us and turn the volume down on your TV and listen to us as we talk about a period that, we didn't really get a chance to talk about a lot of these guys because in these early days of the podcast, it's not, Monday Night Raw and the WWE shows, they're not so episodic. So there wasn't as much stuff to go through and cover back in the day. So I'm excited about this.
Started, right? Like 3 weeks before this, I think. Was it January 8th or something?
January 11th, 1993. Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to bring it up too before we dive into this. We can talk about, we talked about it briefly back on our WrestleMania 9 episode. That would have been episode 8 of our podcast. And, of course, you can find that all the way back in our archives. But, just 2 weeks before this Royal Rumble, another important milestone for The Undertaker and for the WWE was that debut of Monday Night Raw, the longest-running episodic sports entertainment professional wrestling
extravaganza
program, whatever they say.
in the history of our great sport.
And of course, no one knew what Monday Night Raw would become. Anyone in the WWE who says they would ever envision what it might become, they're lying. I mean, they had no idea what this would become. It would still be going on strong 27 years later. But it does say a lot that when this new flagship program premieres, the man who is in the main event of it, it's The Undertaker.
Exactly.
Against Damien Demento, but still. It's a big deal.
You gotta start somewhere. Started from the bottom.
That's it, man.
Now we're here.
And take a look, ladies and gentlemen, the phenom known as The Undertaker. Get your hair out of your face, you have such a pretty face. The Undertaker. We are live from New York City.
So, what were you doing in January of 1993?
Oh, I already said it. I was looking forward to the imminent release of Jurassic Park 6 months from now. I couldn't wait.
Just counting down the
kidding
days.
me? I was 6. I hadn't turned 7 yet until April this year. So, yeah, man, I couldn't wait. Had Lion King come out? Probably was coming out that summer, too. I think Lion King came out in 90. Is it 94? Okay, well, that'd been the next year. So, yeah, I think you're right. But, yeah, 93, man, I was 6 years old. Dude, in January, yeah, I was just living my best first grade life and collecting Jurassic Park toys before they even came out, and could not wait to see that movie. So that was it.
Man.
I'd probably seen Sting on an episode of WWE Saturday Night at this point. I'd seen, we talked earlier on in the podcast that he's the one that brought me into wrestling at a young age, and then I kind of got away from it and then came back. But I do recall seeing him and Flair and Steamboat and those types of guys on WCW and WWF television. So I'd probably, dip my toe in the wrestling water here, but not really putting the snorkel and the wetsuit on yet. So that would come later.
And of course, you do have your snorkel and wetsuit on as we record right now. You're fully immersed in this.
Kind of quarantine here.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know where to go from here.
I was going to say, I think we talked about it on the plane ride to New York a couple weeks ago. Isn't it so weird that, or something that does not exist anymore, is children's toys for adult movies? Right. And that, we grew up on that. Jurassic Park, Terminator, Alien, Predator, action figures, Star Trek, Waterworld, Robin Hood. Yeah. I had all of those toys. And that just doesn't exist anymore. There's no Fast and Furious toys. There's I guess there's Avengers toys, but that's different. I mean, that definitely appeals to kids. Yeah. Right. It's just I don't know, man. It's just funny to me that disappeared.
And Aliens were hard R-rated movies.
Absolutely.
But I had the Scorpion Alien, the Gorilla Alien. I had all of them, the different versions. I had Ripley. I had all the guys with the gun. I mean, I shouldn't have ever seen that movie.
No.
But I have. Yeah, they made R-rated movie toys. It's weird. They don't have that anymore. So yeah.
I saw Terminator 2 with my dad in the theater when I was 6 or whatever, because I had all the toys. And
92.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
I know.
It's amazing.
Oh man, different times. But as you talked about, you weren't quite dipping your feet in the wrestling waters. I was definitely already converted into the religion of wrestling. I was a hardcore fan already at this point. I said it on here back in the early days, WrestleMania 9, which is the Royal Rumble that this is building up to. That was the first pay-per-view I ever watched live on pay-per-view, and so I was pumped for that. I did not watch this one. I know I watched it on VHS back in the day. Haven't seen this Rumble as many times as the 92 Rumble. It wasn't for some reason, it wasn't one of my favorites to go back and rent back in the day, but I have seen it a few times. And,
Bronco's got Harry from Harry and the Hendersons in it.
That's right. Not one of my favorite shows. But, I don't remember watching that first episode of Raw, though. I remember I missed it. I was 6, so I watched wrestling on Saturday mornings, and I knew that, but, either I forgot to watch the first Raw. I knew it was happening, but I fell asleep. It was past my bedtime or something, or I forgot it was happening that Monday night. So I remember being real upset I missed that first episode of Monday Night Raw. And then, whenever they finally put it out on DVD or on the network, they must have put it out on a DVD or something before the network. Because I remember being excited to, I finally get to watch the first episode of Monday Night Raw because I missed it back in the day. But after that, I always got to stay up an hour later on Monday nights to watch wrestling because, my bedtime was normally 8 or 9. But my parents, acknowledged my wrestling obsession and let me stay up late on Mondays. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Exactly. Yeah, so, that's another thing we talk about kids these days don't have. If you missed a show, we talked about this in the plane around the other day, too. Like, if you missed the show by then, you just missed the show. Like, you just were out of the loop for the next week or whatever. Like, you had to, and especially wrestling where it is. Now it's episodic. Back then it wasn't necessarily that big because there wasn't as many pay-per-views, but still, yeah, you didn't get to see the first episode of Raw until probably that box set came out.
Yeah.
Was it 25th year anniversary or 15th year?
Maybe 15th or 20th or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember buying that. I think we found it, or maybe separately at Movie Stop, we found like a discount copy. I remember picking that up and watching some of the old ones. Then about 4 years later, the network came out, and now it's just at the tip of your hands, or tip of your fingertips. So.
Pretty cool, man. Pretty crazy, this world that we live in nowadays. But we're going to throw it back to 1993, like we said, for this watch-along episode. Like you mentioned, Travis, we're not going to be able to replicate Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan, but we're going to give you a different fan's perspective on some of these guys. A lot of guys, we haven't really talked about on this podcast before, so it'll be a chance to riff on them. This, of course, takes place January 24th, 1993. What is it? The Arco Arena in Sacramento, California.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Man, I wish it was the Orco Arena from He-Man, the little red guy that floated. I loved Orco. That's what I was doing in '93, watching He-Man,
watching Master of the Universe,
trying to be Orco for Halloween. I wanted an Orco outfit so bad. Golly, I want to be Orco so bad. He wasn't in that movie, and it drove me nuts. They had that little gorilla-looking guy with the big ears, the stupid rabbit thing.
Don't even get me started on the movie.
Oh man,
I have the DVD of it, but
it's so good horrendous. Though. I still love it.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Now every movie has an after the scenes thing. That was the first one I remember.
Me too.
As a kid, seeing Skeletor pop back up out of the thing. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on. Get the Royal Rumble underway here.
Well, one last point. This is the first ever Royal Rumble with the official stipulation that the winner is going to go on to WrestleMania to face the WWF Championship.
True.
So last year, 92, it was for the title, the vacant title, and of course Undertaker was a big part of that whole storyline. This time the title shot is on the line at WrestleMania 9, and Undertaker, we're last picking up with him off of Survivor Series 92, where he defeated Kamala in a casket match. One of my favorite storylines that we've ever talked about on here back in the early days of the show. So, he's not the main eventer, but he's definitely established as one of the top guys, and he is arguably, I would say him and Macho Man are probably the top baby faces going into this Royal Rumble here. And then Yokozuna he's only 2 or 3 months into the company at this point, but he's definitely being pushed as a top heel at this point going into this Royal Rumble. So we'll see how all that plays out with all these guys and 27 other guys. So, Travis, where are we picking up on here?
If you go to the little chapters, if you click on the chapter for the Rumble, it should start at 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 22 seconds. So we're going to start there. And I guess I'll give us a countdown from 10, and then we'll push play.
Are we skipping over Caesar and Cleopatra delivering a proclamation?
I was planning on it.
Okay.
Unless you would prefer. No. Let's go back to that.
That's quite all right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go to 1 hour, 26 minutes, 22 seconds, and I'll do the countdown from 10, and then we'll get down to 3, 2, 1, and then push play on play. So
let's do it.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right. Guy walking up just getting out of here, man. Rumble's starting. He's going to get us a Coke or something. It's like,
terrible
I talk about every time we do these. It's like, You know the Rumble, you got, at least an hour
Who's doing
to kill.
There he is. Nate.
Ric Flair.
The man who drew number 1.
Man, the man who lasted and won it last year is here to start us off this year.
Man.
That cameraman was a giant. Golly. You know how big that cameraman? Let's see if we get another glimpse of him later
Get him
on.
in the ring.
Yeah. Well, I just watched the Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman Untold thing. I forgot how tall both those dudes were. That guy looked like one of them, man, as a cameraman. Oh, that guy hates Ric Flair.
But he loves the Royal Rumble. He just brought
He also loves
hand-drawn Royal Rumble sign. No wrestler. He just
just big fan of the Royal Rumble match. Boo. Look at Flair, man. He's looking right in there.
Man.
This is his last Rumble for a while.
Yeah, man. He'll lose a loser leaves town match to Mr. Perfect a few weeks after this. Bobby B.
Everybody's dead.
Backlund.
Look at that jacket.
Oh my God. He is doing the Tatanka skip on the ring ropes. What is that? Got the Blue Blazers ring jacket.
Oh, good thing they both started out to wear red. Who's going to start the match tonight? Me? What are you wearing? Red. Why you? Red. Dang it.
Bob Backlund with the handshake. Oh, Flair.
Ooh, going for the Ring of Honor. Handshake.
Dude, look at the tan difference in Bob Backlund and Ric Flair right now.
His pants are small.
That's like me and you in high school, man.
That's pretty true. It's like in the summer. We're at Young Life Camp. Yeah. That's us at the pool.
Yeah, you're Ric Flair. I'm Bob Backlund.
That's a good way to put it. That's hilarious. Oh, man.
But how cool is this, man? Like, first of all, you got Ric Flair coming in at number 1. So, old school. Backlund having the time of his life out here. But, man, so as a kid, I wouldn't realize how important this was. Like, these guys were the respective champions of the NWA and the WWF, like in the 70s and the early 80s, just legends. As a kid, I didn't realize that. I didn't know who this Bob Backlund guy was who's coming back. I just knew he was an old champion. I didn't understand Ric Flair's legacy, but to old school people who are watching this, guys like our age who would have been watching this in 93, like 30 and 40-year-olds, man, how neat is this seeing these guys?
Oh, yeah. Be cool. It's like in the 2007 one when it was or 2008 when Shawn and Taker started off, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite as big, but, just guys from a different era starting off. Oh, man. Oh, Flair with the flop. Oh, so good. There's so many mullets and mustaches in the audience.
And tie-dye.
Shirts tied around the waist. Oh, man.
So here we go. These guys are the first two. We've got countdown for number 3. Who's it going to be?
Here we go.
It's our boy.
Oh, our pal.
Friend of the show, the Godfather, Papa Shango.
Papa Shango. Oh, friend of the show, Papa Shango. Oh, in there. Look at that scary paint, though, on his face. He's big right here.
Golly. Definitely thought this guy was going to be not necessarily a world champion, but a main eventer. Man, what a look on this guy. It's kind of crazy they didn't end up doing more with him in this role. Obviously, he's a Hall of Famer. Doesn't get much to do tonight either.
Gone. Okay, Ric Flair just dumped out our boy. Dadgummit, he got all painted up for that, but guess what? He got paid the same, probably.
I was just about to say, he spent more time on his face paint than he did in the ring tonight.
Hey, Tony Schiavone's not here yet in WWE, is he? He doesn't come until right before.
No, he was 1990.
He was there. That's right, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's back in WCW. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting my years confused. That's right.
So, if you haven't listened to episode 2 weeks ago where we covered our New York trip, you can hear great Godfather, Charles Wright, Papa Shango's story as he gives us the inside scoop on some of the Undertaker's pants and his pants, traveling pants. Be sure to listen to that one, folks.
Brotherhood of the Traveling Pants.
That's it, man.
So, it's a sequel coming out. Straight to video. Straight to download. Like everything else is now. Oh, there's a rest in peace sign on the right side there.
I see it. That's nice. I think there's a guy in Undertaker cosplay right behind him. You see that?
Or that's Taker sitting back there.
He's getting a front row seat for this action.
Oh man! So we've had 3 people in, and one's been thrown out. Ric Flair's bagging off like a true heel. And what color would you say Bob Backlund's hair is? Is it red or brown? I don't know.
Auburn.
He's gonna be a world champion in about what a year from now?
Yeah, how crazy is that?
It's weird. All right, who's coming in next?
One of my favorite heel runs of all time here.
Oh yeah,
Money, money, money.
And Jimmy Hart.
That's
Ted
it, baby.
DiBiase.
Go get him, Ted.
Yeah, get him, Teddy. Beans and taters. Over Brian. He was at there. We talked about him 2 weeks ago at our New York trip.
We sure did. That's right.
We saw him from a distance.
This would be Ted DiBiase's final Royal Rumble. He's going to be done with the WWF in an in-ring capacity later this year. So, the guy who bought the number 30 spot in one of the original Royal Rumbles.
And the guy that brought in The Undertaker.
The guy who brought in The Undertaker and feuded with him with his $1 million corporation for like a year.
And he and Ric Flair are having trouble throwing Bob Backlund out for some reason.
And again, I think I say this during every Royal Rumble, and I just said it earlier, but man, like legends right here. Like Ted DiBiase been wrestling for 20 years at this point, so like if you're an old school fan watching this in 1993, this is so cool. So much history with these 3 guys. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, like you said earlier, as a kid, you had no idea. You're just like, who are these old men? Because they're probably not even, let's see, what, 90, just 27 years ago, right? So
yeah, 27
Ric Flair is 44.
Wow.
Here, which is crazy to think about. You know, that's
because he's not going to retire for another 15 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we all thought he was old watching this.
Right. Like, and then I'm sure DiBiase is not too far behind him.
Yeah, probably similar age. Yeah, you're right.
And Backlund, same. Look at Backlund, dude. He just looks like somebody's dad put on like a red outfit and got in the ring.
Well, dude, he's probably in this exact same shape to this day, man. Like,
yeah. Oh,
it's nasty time.
Yes, sir.
Hustling out to the ring, man. You're probably
blown up already.
Yes, he's probably blown up already.
Whoop.
Look at him take those ropes.
Bounce off the ropes.
Has he been to wrestling school?
He's never been to wrestling school. Who takes a rope like that? Tell you what, this guy's going nuts.
Dude,
he is spamming those punches. Oh, the head knocker headbutt.
I love a good double headbutt right there.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Oh, golly.
What was that?
It's just like me and you wrestling.
He does not care.
6th grade. No.
Oh. It's like a fan off the street coming into the ring, thinking it's a shoot fight.
Yeah. Oh, man. Knobs, man. He came in like House of Fire. House of Pain. And jump around on it. Knobs, that we mentioned before, he looks exactly the same today.
Absolutely. Somebody selling Cokes and Sprites coming down the aisleway right there.
Yeah. Yep. Coke, Sprite, whatever you want. Would it have been new Coke at this point?
I think we're a little bit past that.
Past, we got Coke Classic.
Coke Classic. Maybe Crystal Pepsi. I don't know.
Ooh, man, Crystal Pepsi. What a something.
What a treat.
Some of the crowd's not really impressed. I'll be honest with you.
They're not really into it. Yeah.
Donna Summer's in the audience. I see her.
Oh, yeah?
The 6th row back. Green shirt. No, Tina Turner. I'm sorry.
Samadana.
That's what they got to tell Brian Knobs when he comes in. A Samadana. Come on, Knobs.
Oh, one of your favorite SNL skits.
Somebody's next. Who is it? So many mom jeans.
You see that Undertaker shirt? Great. That kid walking down the aisle? That 8 sizes too large?
Yeah. He don't care.
A nightgown.
Oh! It's a feud amongst the Money Inc. Virgil.
That's great, man. Virgil and DiBiase going at each other. Oh, Virgil with the moves.
Oh! Virgil.
We're looking at
2 members of the NWO.
I was about to say a strong WCW 98 lineup in here with Knobs and Vincent and Flair.
Every one of these guys, except for Backlund,
would
would be in WCW in a couple of years.
Dang, dude. Knobs,
within like
hardcore
4
champion,
years.
WCW hardcore champion.
Oh yeah, Hardcore Invitational, Saskatchewan Hardcore International title.
That's
Good
it,
stuff.
man.
Oh man, he is just. You tell you what, man, those pants were ahead of their time. That's what all the ladies are wearing nowadays.
Ooh, Vincent?
No, good heavens, no, Brian, no.
Whoa!
No, I'm just went head first over the top. Bro.
What a high spot, man.
Gone. He's gone, man. Dadgummit. He was entertaining. Well, no, I mean, he had like yoga pants on.
He did.
Virgil?
I saw a great meme online that was, the famous Virgil picture where he's at his autograph signing with nobody around him. It just said social distancing underneath it.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
He's been social distancing since 2012.
That's it.
Yeah. Isn't that Olive Garden money?
So I think we're doing like the 2-minute entries here because this rumble feels like it's moving a little bit slower than the last few that we covered.
Yeah. Oh man, Bethlen's got to get some bigger pants. This is out of control, man.
They're high waisted though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he's got them up high. Who's coming out next?
King.
Yes, sir. The real king of Memphis.
Now, this might be his first in-ring appearance. He debuted on commentary maybe a month or so before this. He may have had a match on Superstars or something, but it's definitely his first pay-per-view appearance. He's got the airbrush special tights, man.
The Pier at Myrtle Beach special right there, man.
My.
Him and Flair. I talk about legends of their time. Look at those punches. I'm sorry. Nobody throws a working punch better than Jerry Lawler. And I will take that to the grave. Ric Flair's rolling out the bottom rope. Can't handle those. I told you those punches, man. You can't handle the punches. But seriously, I've heard
there admonishing Flair.
Yeah, Fonz. Heard so many wrestlers on interviews and podcasts talk about the working punch of Jerry Lawler, and I've gone back and watched stuff, and they're right, man. Austin says it all the time. I know Becky Lynch said recently that she was watching his matches to learn how to throw a punch because he told her like she needs some help. Raven talks about how Jerry Lawler is his favorite wrestler of all time. He said that's his favorite. Just everything he does is perfect, and I can't agree. And we've talked on here extensively about how he does little to nothing move wise in a rematch, but he has you in the palm of his hand the entire time.
I agree with Raven, man. Jerry the King might be my favorite wrestler of all time. He's becoming
going for a suplex off the
Tower of Doom right here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to say something about the potential German suplex. No, go ahead. Yeah, but, you're probably right.
Yeah, he needs to go down to the Performance Center and teach a weekly class on throwing punches and doing a lot with a little because that's
exactly
his signature. Man, just and again, another man who was at the big event, Max Moon. There is a picture of Max Moon with our fan Jeremy Bagley, our friend Jeremy Bagley, in a Take Her Easy shirt. That exists, ladies and gentlemen. This strange world we live in. But, dude, the King, another guy. I had no idea. Who is this old guy in these terrible airbrush tights? Like, who is this goof? I had no idea all the Andy Kaufman stuff, and he's arguably one of the biggest wrestling stars in history, man. Like, you could put him up there with Hogan and Austin, like for during the 70s and early 80s, being on the David Letterman show and all that sort of stuff. They're just people might know him. He might be one of the top 10 wrestlers that people of that generation could like name,
would recognize your name. Yeah. Well, I remember when I got into wrestling, like big time in '96, '97, whatever it was. My dad was telling me about, I'm Jerry Lawler and the Andy Kaufman thing, because because I used to watch Letterman with my dad at night, not every night because it was long late, but when I could.
Right.
And so he was telling me about, that from, what was that, the late 70s or early 80s or whatever that was. So just crazy. Like I said, my dad couldn't care less about wrestling, but he knew who Jerry Lawler was and knew who Hulk Hogan was. He was born in the same town I was that we were born in. So, it's just crazy. Now, is this Conan Max Moon or is this the imposter?
That's a great question, and I don't know. I can't get
I think
close
this
enough
is
look
Conan
on it.
still.
It might be.
I don't know. If it is, it's another one of those WCW. He'll be in WCW.
That's right, dude.
In a couple years.
I don't
know. His hair is really long. Whoever that is.
definitely be Conan's only Royal Rumble appearance.
Yeah. K-Dog.
Man, what's your thoughts on Conan?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. I tell you what, man, that dude did a great kick right there. But I tell you what, he can do a lot with a little too, man. As far as charisma wise, I love the Tequila Sunrise, that move. I thought it was very unique. There he goes, Max Moon.
Yep.
I thought Tequila Sunrise was a very unique move. Oh, here he goes.
I think
I'm let you fill me in here.
I think this is Tenryu. Tenryu, yeah.
Tenryu?
Yeah.
Okay. Tenryu, somebody. Yep. All right. He's not going to win. That's all that matters.
It's not going to happen.
No. But, again, he's a legend of his time. And it was neat to see him here. We can look back now and say how cool it is. But, yeah, I did not know who that was.
No.
So.
It was kind of neat where they would do that in Royal Rumbles. Have just some random Japanese guys or, like,
yeah.
I think Dick Murdoch comes in a couple years. Like, it'd be fun if, I don't know, like, Kota Ibushi came in this year's Royal Rumble, just like out of nowhere, just for a one-off, or if they did something random like Tanahashi or something.
Yeah, like Yuji Nagata comes in, dude. I would love that.
Why
I love Yuji Nagata. I always picked him on Revenge to play with. There's something into Revenge.
Absolutely.
He was great. But Conan, man, he did a lot with a little too, man. He knew how to talk, get the crowd fired up. He had so many catchphrases back then. When everybody had a catchphrase, you get lost in the shuffle, especially on WWE. Everybody had a catchphrase, but on WCW, the NWO, all those guys had something to say, and they were great. So, how you feel about K-Dog?
He's kind of like either the X-Pac or the Road Dogg of WCW, man. Because, he was OVER. He was over, like, Rover back in the day. But, wasn't always. I never really enjoyed his matches too much. I mean, he could do somewhat, and like I say, he was over, so he didn't really care.
Yeah.
But man, you're right. He did a lot with a little, and
his
used those mic skills and.
Yeah, well, his style. Remember, he had his boxers hanging up like above his pants, and he had the top button. Like that was something that you and I could wrestle in the backyard, and one of us could beat Conan, and you would know that by what you wear. By what we were looking like. Oh, Mr. Perfect. Thing the D-line. Oh, he just tossed it. Oh, look at this.
I love it.
This is a story right here.
Immediate eye poke.
Sorry. It's the best thing I've seen this whole match. Golly.
How is Mr. Perfect not cracking up?
I don't know, man. Golly. Too bad his son has a tenth of the charisma that he does.
I know, man.
I like Joe Hennig. I like him as a person, and it's cool that like he was the one that helped retrain Rock to get ready for his return back in 2011. Like Rock got in the ring with Curtis Axel to get him back in ring shape, and but he's a succubus of charisma.
Good Lord. Yeah, the most over he's ever been is doing a Hulk Hogan impression. That's kind of sad, but.
Oh, Flair.
It's just Curtis Axel is just never. It's his look to me. Like he's great in the ring. His haircut is just awful. Like either needs to grow it out or shave it or do something. Like I don't know, man. Just never lived up to the. It's tough when you're saddled with being Mr. Perfect's son. Yeah, that's a pretty impossible legacy to live up to, and he just never quite did it.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, sometimes with those second or third generation people, they, want to distance themselves so much, so it actually does them a disservice because you don't even, they're not even allowed to emulate or, be compared to their father or mother or whoever it is. But then sometimes, like, with Charlotte, they just full on endorse it, and the night, Natalia, it just full blown, she's a Hart family. I don't know. But
except with Natalia, they always say her uncle Bret Hart. They never talk about her dad.
Yeah,
until he died. Then they started talking about him. Skinner, man,
there he is.
A guy who has got a little bit of boost in fame in recent weeks with this FCW documentary on the network, which is a must watch.
Oh God,
if you haven't seen it yet.
Steve Kern, for those of you who don't know, he's responsible for running Florida Championship Wrestling, training a lot of the stars you see on WWE television right now. A lot of the guys that migrated from FCW to NXT, it was astonishing to me how many of those guys started off in FCW. And Ric Flair's gone.
He's at it. Mr. Perfect. Loving it.
Ooh, Fonzie trying to hold him back. That's a joke.
Flair is having a fit.
The crowd is going, look at that crowd, man. They're on their feet.
Yeah, and
look
like
at
the
that.
action is
Mr.
stopped.
Perfect's so over
Everybody
for throwing Flair
letting
out.
this happen, yeah. And of course, they're going to go on and have that Loser Leaves Town match on Raw, which, if you've never seen that match, folks, it's on like the 5th or 6th episode of Raw, something like that. Man, go out of your way. It's like 30 minutes.
Yes.
It's a fantastic match.
It's so good, man. That's one you put in when you're like, hey, you want to know what wrestling is? This right here.
Yeah, great storytelling.
You know?
And
I mean, seriously.
Mr. Perfect's got the Big Show look going on here, the one strap down.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But you know what, man? One thing, I said this before in the Royal Rumble, Mr. Perfect, I love his singlet because it was always that neon color with the black back, and like no one else ever had that. People would have the solid color or, I don't know, something on the front, but like he always had the black, on the back. I just loved it. It was unique.
It stood out.
He had his own style.
I agree with you completely.
Oh, King just took a chop and hit his back. King, God, he's so good. And I know King gets a lot of crap for his commentary nowadays, and he's out of touch. Oh man, he's supposed to do that. Like that's what he's supposed to be doing. But like, listen to him talking.
Is he supposed to do that? Coco beware.
Coco
just pulled his pants up to his neck. My God.
Talk about standing out.
Yes,
look at
sir.
those.
That's it right there.
Dude, if I said what decade is this match in, you would look at the ring right now and say 90s because look at those pants.
Yes. Oh my word.
My goodness. Why does nobody wear those?
2 Hall of Famers going at it right here. Coco and the King bashing each other's heads in.
Oh man.
You know what?
A lot of Hall of Famers in the ring.
There are a lot of Hall of Famers in the ring, and I think, unless I'm forgetting somebody, I think Mr. Perfect, strangely enough, is the only guy who is no longer with us, who has been in this match so far, which is wild for a match.
Yeah, that's true.
27 years ago.
Yeah.
You see this kid in the aisle on the stairs, just sitting on the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
With his
Skinner finger. With Skinner the cat.
And now he's gone.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that kid just sitting on the stairs getting a good seat. He's just look at him.
I love it.
That's the same guy from last week that was yelling at Edge.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with him.
Ain't nothing wrong with him. Ain't nothing wrong with him. Look at this, man. This is crazy. It's getting nuts in here.
A lot of talent in this ring.
I'm digging this match. It's just fun to talk about this stuff. But I tell you what, it is long intervals in between. 2 minutes is too long.
Yeah.
Man.
And
especially compared to 97. I feel like, or 2007, that was like boom, 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 boom. Those guys were out in 40 seconds, it felt like. So.
And you're looking in the ring, you're not thinking any of these guys are going to WrestleMania to face the world champion, who would be Bret Hart at this point. He defeated Razor Ramon earlier in the night. So that's who we're getting towards as Samu of the Head Shrinkers out next.
Being brought to the ring by his hair.
Alpha tosses him in there.
Oh,
wow.
Man, look at that. And that would be the uncle of the Usos, right?
Usos, Roman Reigns, all that stuff, yeah.
Everybody but Samoa Joe. The one who had Samoa in his name.
Exactly.
Not related to him.
It's so weird.
Yeah, he's the lone Samoan. So weird. But yeah, remember Manu? It was in Legacy for about 2 weeks.
Unfortunately, I do barely remember that. Yeah.
Talk about third generation or second generation guys that don't have it.
He did not. No.
No. Oh, bless his heart.
Oh, Backlund.
Is he going for chicken wing? Nope. King's not even trying to get out of that. Oh, he chopped Jerry Lawler so hard it hurt Bob Backlund. No shoes, man.
Samoan headbutt. Yeah, man. Do you think you could work with no shoes on?
Good heavens, no. I would break my ankles. There's no way I would work. I remember Rusev. He started out that way, and then he did hurt his foot, and he said, not again. Not happening.
How long till Matt Riddle gets some boots on?
I know, man. I do love his whole shtick with the flip-flops and stuff, but
yeah,
he's gonna have to start wearing shoes, man. talk about a unique person. We don't talk about the current crop of DDT from King. We don't talk about current wrestlers too much. But I tell you what, I like Matt Riddle's style because he, if you watch a match of his, he doesn't really hit the ropes a lot. He does a lot of just wrestling in the ring. Just pay attention next time you guys watch a Matt Riddle match. Well, he's a tag team right now, but if it's just him singles, he doesn't bounce off the ropes and do a lot of Irish whips. He just does lots of moves in the middle of the ring. I like it. It's really, really unique.
Very unique guy. He does a bit of a tombstone, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like a mixture. Oh, man.
The Berserker.
Braun Strowman. He's about to do the Cobra. He's got his hand out ready.
Cobra.
What's happening? Berserker, man.
So many gimmicks in this ring, right?
So many gimmicks. Oh, man, what were we saying? Oh, yeah. Remember, so there was a move on WCW Nitro game for PlayStation that DDP had called the Pancake, and it was kind of like a tombstone. He'd pick him up, but he'd fall forward. That's pretty much what Matt Riddle does, but he locks his arms around their leg, kind of like Cesaro's Gotch pile driver. So,
okay. Yeah.
It's like a tombstone version of the Gotch pile driver.
Oh, my God. I don't think I've ever seen King take a bump like that.
No, good thing he had boots on. His ankles would have been shattered. DiBiase's trying to get Mr. Perfect out.
Dude.
Okay, watch right now. Who do you see in the current, look at that guy bumping on the edge.
Yes.
That's Dolph Ziggler. That's Dolph Ziggler is Mr. Perfect. Yes. Like the way he bumps. It's just, you could have put Ziggler right there and it would look just like him.
Look at him fighting to stay in this match right now.
Look at that. That's awesome.
He's trying to stay in the Royal Rumble. What a great spot this is.
Yeah, this is awesome.
3 guys pushing and shoving. Oh, and they finally get him.
Oh, got him. So King and Perfect going at it on the outside after the match.
I would love to watch that match.
Oh, yeah.
Trading haymakers with each other, man.
Yeah. Who's that other referee?
Danny Davis, I believe.
Oh, that is Danny Davis.
Yeah. Another guy who passed. No, he's still alive. Never mind. I'm thinking
Danny Davis is still alive,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
He trained a lot of guys at OVW.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I think him and Rip Rogers and Cornette were down there. So sometimes guys like that, they don't do a lot in the wrestling business, but they give back a lot behind the scenes. Like guys like Steve Kern and Danny Davis and stuff. Oh, King. Oh, yeah.
Here's our boy.
Look at this.
The Undertaker with Paul Bearer coming out. No jacket, no hat. He's ready for business here.
Look at these fans. They're on their feet for this. Look at that.
That's the most we've seen him react.
The aisleway is now covered. That guy lost his seat on the aisleway.
Everybody on their feet.
Yes.
Here's a guy who, like I said, you're probably thinking he's one of the front runners out here potentially.
Former world champion.
Yep, who could legitimately win this thing. And Samu's headbutts, they're doing nothing. Oh, my.
Berserker.
Berserking on Bob Backlund out there.
Oh, Taker's got a goozle on Samu.
See ya!
And
oh, my dear.
He broke his
Someone check on Samu.
Kobe Ware just flew across the ring like a bird Freddy.
Berserker with a body slam on Bob Backlund on the mat. Or on the cement.
He pulled the mat up. Yeah. Cement.
Tenryu and the Undertaker. There you go.
See ya. Taker's thrown 2 people out so far.
He is dominating here. Everybody getting some uppercuts and chokes and going after his former mentor, DiBiase here.
All right, so he still does this kind of stuff as we're in 2008, but just look at how much slower of a pace, methodical, that's that overused word, but he's just such a he's really gimmicking it up right now with his style. We talked about it last week how back then he was you always talked about like a horror movie monster. Coco pulled his pants up before he tried to throw the Berserker out. But it's just funny how it just shows his evolution, like they've been talking about on commentary in 2008, how much he's changed and adapted. It's just crazy.
That's right.
But it's good to see the old Undertaker. Oh, man. Another guy that gives back to the company and has his fair share of haters and and lovers.
Terry Taylor. I believe he's terrific Terry Taylor at this run, the former Red Rooster.
Heavens.
And he works at the Performance Center at this day in 2020. One of the great minds and trainers in the business, but a guy who just never quite made it in the ring.
Oh!
Barely made it for 20 seconds. And
DiBiase threw out Coco Beware and the Red Rooster.
I tell you what,
throwing out birds everywhere.
If you watching those,
hates poultry. Sorry,
not a fan. DiBiase hates the Birdmen. Oh, they could have been a tag team. Taylor.
Oh
and
yeah, and Taker's
DiBiase's
thrown out 3 people now.
I was gonna say about Taylor, if you watch any old Mid-South stuff, that was like the peak of Terry Taylor's career. He was actually really over and really good in those Mid-South days. But
oh my. Oh my! What are we seeing?
What is happening?
Giant Gonzalez just saved this camera shot somehow.
This massive man.
What is this?
El Gigante from WCW is making his. I believe this is his first ever appearance. I believe this is his debut, covered in a skin suit with hair.
Slim good body.
Slim good body, as you said it. The Berserker gone. Undertaker takes him out. They had feuded a little bit on some Superstars episodes, but now, what is happening?
Oh my! Look at this camera shot between the legs.
Between the fur. Oh.
Taker with his hair in his face.
What is this supposed to be?
This is awful. This other guy's clapping. People are, stomp. Fee, fi, fo, fum.
I think the Undertaker's confused.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's standing up to him now, though.
Yeah, trying to do a big, monster
this
spot here.
This ring ain't big enough for 2 of us. Pardon.
Man, poor Taker been saddled with these guys through his entire career. But some great camera shots here.
Did he just come out mega early? Because the countdown just went down and nobody's come out.
Well, yeah, maybe. No, he's not an official entrant, I believe. You see Damian Demento.
Okay.
The Undertaker's Monday Night Raw main event opponent.
Oh! That chop is bad. Taker has an affinity for going down.
My.
Got eliminated.
Yeah, he does have a weakness for chops.
Eliminated by... He does.
Great colleague.
Harry Henderson's just chopping him down. Look at that outfit. I mean, you think Vince saw that and said, "This is some good crap now."
Yes.
What is wrong? Okay, that Macho Man dummy that the little kid has right there.
Yes.
I was FaceTiming my parents earlier. My nephew has that. It's at their house. I was like, where did you get the Macho Man dummy? They're like, oh, it's Parker's. I'm like, what? He doesn't like wrestling. I need that.
How does he have that?
Oh, I don't know why he has it.
I've got the Hogan one.
His other grandpa, not my dad, has a Ric Flair credit card.
Amazing.
Or had. It's on the wall at his house now. Yeah. So I assume it was him. So El Gigante is taking it to Taker here, making him look very vulnerable, which is something you didn't often see back then, in all seriousness.
They think this is going to be a big money feud. They're giving these guys a showcase position here in the Royal Rumble. And, I mean, Gonzalez is taking it to Undertaker in a way we've almost never seen up to this point with a choke slam.
Oh!
One of the Undertaker's moves. He pulls off on him. Harvey Whippleman, his manager, out there yelling at him.
Look at that hair.
Dude, I tell you what. This is a textbook example of history being written by the winners, because everyone rips on the Yeti in WCW and how stupid it was. And it is stupid, but is this not just as stupid as that?
Absolutely.
We don't talk about it as much.
Right. The Yeti lasted for like a minute. This will last until WrestleMania. Taking Taker's knee out. You're supposed to work the left side, you dummy. That's the right knee. Is his brown tooth just like a dead roots in it, or is that part of his gimmick?
It's a real commitment to the character there.
I don't know.
He is a massive man, though. Is he standing with
guy.
all these referees? I mean, he is legit 7 foot something.
Yeah, he's huge. But again, he's a WCW cast-off. Like, they used him for a minute and gave him away. Right. And WWF picked him up and tried something. It didn't work. So we've had 2 more entrants in the Royal Rumble, but neither one of them made it in the ring. So one is the, who'd you say, Damian Demento, I believe, and one is we haven't seen yet.
Oh, we saw him. It was IRS. As if things couldn't get any worse. The Undertaker's gone, and now we got IRS in the ring. My least favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, terrible.
And this
terrible.
furball, Harry and the Hendersons. Slim goodbye.
What was that cartoon? Inside Out Boy. I think it was on Nickelodeon.
Yes.
The little kid would flip over the swing set. Bob Backlund's still in the match?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he got that body slam by the Berserker.
Now, I'll tell you what, as terrible of an idea as Giant Gonzalez was, look at Taker selling over there for him, trying to put him over the destruction he's been, he's withstood. Look how tall that cameraman is. He's huge. He should be in the match. Look at that haircut. Dude, Damien Demento's haircut is commitment to character. You thought Kane's hair in 2003 was bad? Oh, man.
Undertaker's still out. I mean, this is legitimately the most damage we've seen on him up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
Tatanka! Boy, I love Tatanka in 1993.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, one of my favorite wrestlers. I'd do his little war dance around the house.
Yeah. Now, I knew of him, even though I wasn't watching. I just knew, because, again, he's one, if I flip to a channel, that's going to captivate me if I'm 6 or 7 years old. His outfit, his style, his charisma, that's going to make me stop changing the channels, trying to find DuckTales. I'm going to stop on this and watch this instead.
Yeah, you can look at this zombie falling around and Paul Bearer pulling him up, using the power of the urn. Look at this man selling.
I know. Look at that. Golly, he's only been there for 2 years. He's doing a great job.
Limping.
I tell you what, that cameraman's expecting a flood. His pants are so high. But look, Taker, you can say he's limping, really selling so well. Like, it's just something that I don't know, man. It's really, again, he's putting over some idiot, Giant Gonzalez, but he's doing the best he can. IRS is botching a backbreaker there on Tatanka.
What a surprise. IRS
yes, about par for the course. I'll tell you what, now, in real life, the IRS has extended the tax deadline for a couple months, so give them some credit.
They should bring IRS out on Raw on Monday.
I think they're filming Raw as we speak, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's true.
They filmed everything early.
Yeah.
I can't, dude. It's gonna be weird. Like Mania's gonna be already in the can. But you know what? They gotta do what they gotta do. So it is what it is.
So strange. That's gonna be one of the weirdest episodes we'll ever cover.
Yeah. No spoilers, probably though.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they got out somehow.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Look at that red hair from Tatanka.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it's standing out.
And, dude, tassels on tassels in the ring right now.
Absolutely.
2 guys with tassels.
Oh! Another House of Fire. These nasty boys snorted up a line before they came out to the ring.
It must have been in that bathroom in New York we were in with Jackie and Gata.
Wow.
He's got the good stuff.
Oh, pulling on Iris's tie.
Yeah, I do love that. Oh, it's perfect. Forearm, like Luke Gallows always says. Forearm. Oh, man.
Man,
I do love people grab the tie. It's excellent.
Going to WrestleMania to face the world champion. Jerry Sags versus Bret Hart. WrestleMania 9. Let's go.
Oh. That guy is on the aisleway. Oh, he's moving now. Trying to get a good spot. Has anyone done a wrestling move in a long time?
Not in a while.
I mean, seriously.
Giant Gonzalez did a choke slam. That's as close as we've been.
Jerry Lawler did a DDT, but
yeah.
I guess Sags just did a was that a Manhattan drop or a the other one? What's the other one?
Atomic drop.
Atomic drop. I think atomic drop is is when they're facing out, and Manhattan's when they're facing you. I don't know, man.
More tie shots, IRS.
You know what I just now put together? You know, the Manhattan Project was the atom bomb thing, and atomic, and then Manhattan. Is that where they come together? Is that why the move is called that? It's supposed to be like an atomic bomb to your
I like it.
Groin area, I guess. And reverting this to Manhattan? I don't know. Dr. Manhattan? I don't know. So
there you go.
So many things. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a big blue naked guy come out called Dr. Manhattan to watch.
It would fit right in at this point.
Yeah, it would fit in this era. So, oh. Oh. We just wouldn't have that cool Smashing Pumpkins song.
Oh, it's Chuck
yet,
Lowe.
Hey, Typhoon.
Our buddy Chuck could be Typhoon. Chuck. Man, they don't. Well, I was gonna say they don't make wrestlers like this anymore, but I guess they do with the.
There's a couple.
Otis.
Yeah. He's got veins in his arms, though. You can see the vein in his arms.
Dude, that man had not lifted a weight in decades.
Oh.
The Shockmaster himself, Typhoon.
Yeah. Uncle what's
Fred.
his name? Uncle Fred. Yeah. Cody's Uncle Fred.
Yep.
Oh, these guys are just hugging over there.
I
Backlund and IRS.
I love the Natural Disasters, though. Man, to me,
Sure.
those guys stood out. Like, enormous dudes. You know, not
going to give you a 5-star classic.
No, but dang, man. It was fun to
Look
watch
at
them on
that
TV.
hair. Dude, this again. I'm gonna repeat what you said. One of these guys is gonna main event WrestleMania. / none of these guys. The whole family's going to the bathroom up the aisleway there.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
Donna
blame 'em.
Summers.
Oh,
Yeah. Sag's just with a low kick. He is blown up. I don't know what to do.
Bob Backlund has been in since number 3.
Two?
Or
Three?
number 2. Yeah,
Two,
he was
yeah.
number 2. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so which is the same as number 1 in my book.
Yep.
So yeah, man, none of these guys are gonna win. Tugboat. I mean Typhoon with a tree slam. Look at that. Did he become Roadblock in WCW? Which one was Roadblock?
Neither one of those guys were
Okay,
Roadblock.
that was another guy.
Just another obese
I
gentleman.
loved some Roadblock.
Absolutely.
WCW Saturday Night.
I used him on WCW. No, it was not him. Rick Fuller was on WCW Thunder, the video.
Yes, he was.
That
I
man
loved Rick Fuller.
getting some royalty checks from
Yeah,
WCW.
I loved that guy. He was excellent.
Another Hall of Famer.
Nope.
Rikishi Fatu. Other half of the Head Shrinkers. The Usos' Papa.
Papa Oos. Oh, getting slapped in the face before he gets in there. But look, man, you can see the Usos when you see him.
Absolutely, man.
Like it's crazy the way they work. I mean, they're not obviously half his size, but like they work just like him.
Yep.
It's funny.
You can see the kicks. You can see it in the see it in their faces.
Those punches right there.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy. Did you call Roadblock an obese? Or were you saying obese guy? Like, how about the obese?
The obese.
He's like a really big fat guy. It comes out called the obese.
Well, I don't know if you were a part of these conversations, but our buddies Josh and Caleb, we used to talk about them being a tag team called OB City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
Come out, just like eat a sandwich on the apron while they're waiting for the next guy to grab a snack from the concession stand. And we said that out of love to those guys. And both those guys are now have had
some good bodies.
Yeah, they've had bypass surgery and they're healthy lifestyles now. But
but Josh was the roast beast, and
the roast beast.
Yeah, but dude, the obese, that'd be great.
The obese or obesity, I like that tag team.
Yeah, man, obesity would be great. That's fantastic. You're welcome to that, WWE, if you're listening.
Free gimmick idea.
Or AEW, whatever. No, it had to be called Dark Obesity if it was AEW. Something
Everything
darker,
has to be dark.
death-related.
Evil.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh! Bob Backlund just did, whose move was that? It's like Andre used to do. Just stand on their head and I guess, yeah.
Dude,
I don't know.
People love standing on the stairwell.
Yeah.
Love just having a moment of fame out there. The earthquake. Golly.
Dude, he is 21 here.
Probably close to it. Our buddy Richard here. Richard Hall.
Luke Gallows. Oh, yeah. We covered Luke Gallows last week, and he looks kind of like that.
How about this, man? He went straight after his tag team partner.
Yeah.
They don't care. It's for a world title shot, baby.
I know.
Typhoon and Earthquake. He did not hesitate, man.
No, he didn't.
Love that.
That's the first guy he identified that he could beat up.
Oh.
Out of all the little guys in the ring, he said, I want to take my tag team partner.
This is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Belly bumping in the corner.
The Shark
The Shark himself.
The Shark and the Shockmaster.
Shark and the Shockmaster.
Could have been the Sharkmaster.
Shark and Shock.
Mm-hmm.
Little sumo wrestling going on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say Yokozuna's not even in the ring, and we're getting some sumo time.
Oh,
oh man!
That's his second most famous flop. Typhoon.
Yeah, Earthquake's got looks like he's got shark teeth on his pants.
He does, doesn't he?
I guess it's supposed to be like a Richter scale thing, or like I don't know, like a EKG machine.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
Oh, because they always measure earthquakes on EKG machines. The heartbeat of the earth. No.
You used to work in a hospital.
ICO-Pro.
Yeah.
ICO-Pro sign. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of earthquakes. Oh, I love the ICO-Pro signs. I love when they brought that back for like the Raw.
Yes.
Was it last year or whatever?
Raw 25.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Man,
so we got to be getting close.
Mania.
Man, we got to be getting close to the end here.
Well, I didn't spoil it and read all about who all's in here, but I do remember Taker was 15. I do know Taker comes in. So it's been, I don't know where we're at. Norman Smiley! Black Magic!
Carlos Colon.
Oh, dang it.
As Gorilla Monsoon famously said on commentary, this youngster, Carlos Colon, who is
like
maybe 50-something years old at this point.
Yeah.
Just making his only, I mean, maybe he wrestled in the 80s or 70s, but only modern day WWF appearance here.
Yeah.
Obviously the father of Carlito and Primo, Epico, all those guys.
He's the father of all three of them, even the cousins. It could be.
I thought Carlito and Primo were brothers.
Yeah, two of them are brothers. I'm saying one of them's a cousin.
Okay,
so
but he's still
the father of all three.
Yeah. Who cares?
Maybe he is.
I don't care about those guys.
Yeah, those guys are still on the roster, by the way. Just sitting home, collecting a paycheck for 2 years.
How about Tamina getting that pay-per-view money again?
How about that?
WrestleMania.
I know. I thought they were joking. They're going to put Carmella in that, but she's not. I don't know. It was, see ya. Bruh, he's gone. Damien. Norman Smiley. I wish Norman Smiley was in this match.
Me too.
Oh,
yeah.
I love Norman Smiley.
Another
he was
guy.
on the FCW documentary.
Yep. Got his props on that FCW documentary. Great. I loved all just the promo school stuff footage.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Trying out different gimmicks and all that sort of stuff. Great stuff. One of the best things they've produced on there in a long time.
Yeah. Well, I forgot Baron Corbin was in FCW before it went to NXT. Like, that was, I don't think I even realized that. That was neat to see that he was down there at that time, too, before it switched to NXT. Yeah. So.
And the Bella Twins. I mean, that's fun. Like,
yeah.
You think of them just being these models they brought in, but they did a little time in developmental and did some training and all that sort of stuff.
I tell you what, man, that dude selling popcorn and Cokes is working.
He's hustling, baby.
Night. He's doing up and down the stairs. Who's next? Oh, El Matador.
Again with the neon pink and green and gold.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Not really
match.
sure about those colors.
No.
You can tell it's 1993 out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a
Fatu is gone.
There's been some big bumps out of the ring here tonight.
I know. Well, it's because all these guys are big guys. Even the small guys are big compared to nowadays. Throw a Johnny Gargano in this match. It looked like a toddler.
Oh, my goodness, yes. Looks like Hornswoggle out there.
Exactly. Oh, man. I love Johnny Gargano. That's not knocking.
Me too.
He's fantastic. But it's just a statement.
I think he could be a WWE champion one day. Him and Adam Cole. I think both of them could be.
Yeah, I love Adam Cole. Absolutely, yeah.
And Ciampa, if he wanted to be. You know, I've read he doesn't ever want to leave NXT, but
nope.
You know,
he
could
IRS,
be a world champion,
on.
in my opinion.
Ruin everything. Going back to Norman Smiley, I was a fan of his before the Big Wiggle. Like, I was a fan of his before he did. Like, I just liked him on Saturday night and like on those throwaway jobber matches on night. I just liked that guy, and then he got the personality. And then I had some of those Japanese tapes we talk about with Benoit and stuff like that, and I started watching those. Dude, Bob Backlund's looking rough.
The weave just hit Bob Backlund, man. He's just like lost in the moment.
Yeah.
Close up on him, man.
Whoa. Oh, man. Yeah, he looked like he's in the purple haze over there. Tatanka, no. Oh, man. Backlund's waiting for something. That was awful. Whatever that was. He just
horrendous.
Poked IRS in the tooth. Oh, who's out next?
The Model.
Oh, yes, sir.
Man.
Another one of my favorites from WCW.
Absolutely, dude.
Going right for the Matador.
You know what? Former tag team partners. Strike Force. Santana and Martel. We talked a lot about this in the 08 Rumble. A lot of good, just mini storyline, a lot of continuation on there. Oh, that's great. The 20 shots to the head in the turnbuckle there. But I like the little nods to history in here. If you're paying attention, if you've been following stuff.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Earthquake using that speed to get IRS out of the ring.
Oh, man. If you want to avoid your taxes, just cause an earthquake, apparently.
That's it.
So,
man, some real legends in here, but again,
get him out of there.
You're not thinking, hey, these guys are going to WrestleMania. I guess if you're watching this, you're thinking maybe Bob Backlund, they're going to give him another run at the title. Who knows? Like
Earthquake? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Earthquake. I don't know. It's not a lot of established top guys in there at this moment.
No. Earthquake is giving Sags the rundown over there. Why would you talk in this match? Just throw each other out.
Seriously.
You're not going to go down below and lift up Earthquake and throw him over top. You got to do something else. Those are the busiest aisleway stairs I've ever seen in a match. Dude, why are so many people? Maybe it's because they're so wide. Like this, I've seen more people going up and down these stairs.
There's like a spotlight on them too.
Yeah, it's true. They haven't darkened like anything in the arena.
They would never shoot an arena like this anymore.
No.
And they would not have it lit up like this. It's always like they darken out the crowd. Seems like.
I do like the way AEW shot their empty arena the other day. They had it facing the stage like Ring of Honor does.
Yep, I thought
that was kind of interesting. It just gave it a different feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked. Oh,
Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji.
Yokozuna.
Mr. Fuji still got a little hair on that head.
A little bit.
Another
Samoan Dynasty man right here.
That's true.
Yokozuna. Not Japanese, ladies and gentlemen. He is also related to all those guys.
I tell you what, I said it in the early days on the podcast, but this guy right here, Yokozuna, one of the reasons why I'm such a big wrestling fan, because he was the perfect heel, in my opinion. I thought, I'm so glad he's in the Hall of Fame, even though his run, was not all that long. But, God, he intimidated me. I thought he played his character perfectly. I thought they built him up perfectly. And this is part of it, man, is him coming in here just 2 months in. Like, you think about The Undertaker. He went from November 90 to November 91, won the world title. 1 year, rookie reign. Yokozuna's coming in November, Survivor Series 92. Yeah. He's going to win the world title at WrestleMania 5 months later. Man,
golly, that's crazy. That's Brock Lesnar style right there.
Exactly.
That's nuts to think about.
But he was so dominant and
believable.
So believable. Absolutely. That's the perfect word.
And he's another one that again I knew who Yokozuna was. I knew because I mentioned this a long time ago. We talked about him and Taker. I mean, I was playing Street Fighter. I knew E Honda, and he reminded me of E Honda on Street Fighter, and so I knew who Yokozuna was. And I'd probably also played the arcade game. I don't know if it was out at this time. Oh, look at Earthquake.
This is a great face-off right here.
This is good.
And these guys, they would have a sumo match on Raw in a couple months after this.
True. So today, this would be like what? We had Brock and Braun Strowman or something go at it in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, sure.
What
do you think of the alternate white tights for Yokozuna here?
I'm not a fan, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't like these.
I prefer the red.
Oh, and Hart just slid in the ring.
Sneaking in under the radar there. It is
man.
high energy gear with Coco Beware.
Yeah, that happened.
That's
Unfortunately.
unfortunate.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Tell you what, man, Owen Hart could make chicken salad out of any piece of chicken he was given, man.
Absolutely.
I love Owen Hart. So much
Chicken.
more now than I did.
Would you say would make chicken nuggets?
Yeah, for me, we make Chick-fil-A nuggets out
No,
of.
because he's the nugget.
Yes, he's the
Okay,
nugget.
all right,
Yes, he made chicken nuggets out of. Oh, what's happening? He's suplexing the earthquake.
Sumo the earthquake out of there, man.
Okay, so
Nicely done.
Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door, and Yokozuna can suplex an earthquake.
Yes, he can.
why are there more Yokozuna memes like that?
Let's start him up, man.
Oh, that's kind of like, I think he and Matt Hardy should go at it, because Matt Hardy can slap a tornado. So
That's true.
he can
Man,
drive the sea.
If Yoko were alive, I'd watch them in AEW. Matt Hardy and Yokozuna.
Yes.
Sure, why not? The broken Matt.
Might have his condition. Oh, Sag's missing a few thousand teeth in his head.
In another lifetime, would have been cool to see broken Matt against The Undertaker. That could have been a fun feud.
I would have loved to have seen Broken Matt and Raven
in
the same timeline.
Absolutely.
That would have been epic. Like, I'm talking 97, early 98, ECW, WCW Raven, when he actually was allowed to be himself. Good stuff.
Yep. Would have been fun.
They could have done so many things. I'd love to have seen a high-scale CM Punk and Raven. They had a feud in TNA or whatever. But I would like to have seen, once Punk became the megastar he was, I would like to have seen him and Raven.
Yeah,
I think have something.
Punk would probably say Raven was a big influence on him.
Yeah,
I don't know if he has before, but probably would. The Repo Man makes his way out here.
I've heard them talk crap by each other too, Punk and Raven. But say that he definitely helped him out at first. But they both have. I've heard them both in interviews talk crap by each other.
Interesting.
So,
that's not that surprising either.
No, well, they're both kind of like that.
Yeah.
Negative Nellies sometimes.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Repo Man is 29 because I think Yoko is 27, Owen's 28. So I think we got one more. I think we're closing in on the end here.
All right. I hope that wasn't the number 30 spot, because that's such a terrible.
Repo Man did not hit the tanning bed or the gym before it went the ring.
No.
My word.
He hit catering, though.
Very darso.
Oh, again,
I'll tell you what,
1, 2. A lot of these guys will be on WCW.
I guess
in the near future.
Bob Backlund doesn't, but I think everybody else in here has a Hasbro figure. And I've got I have the Repo Man, I've got Tito. I don't have Yoko. I don't have his Hasbro, but
everybody's trying to get Yoko out. Look at the fans; they're into it, man. All these guys are trying to push Yokozuna out through the middle rope. Apparently, they don't understand how it actually works.
Man, he's a sumo master. He got low center of gravity. Can't get him out.
He is sumo master headbutt. So that's Samoan. I do like he's got a nice bow on the back of his pants.
He does. Always got that tied nicely.
It would have been cool to see he and Big Show get to have something. It would have been like a slow, plodding match, but to see them square off would have been. It would have been
like in their primes,
a spectacle. Yeah,
for sure.
Not Akibono, but like not in a thong, but like just Big Show as himself. I'll tell you what, that dude's leaving. Number 30's coming out.
Oh,
yeah.
Macho Man. First name Macho, last name Man.
Is this the Macho King or the Macho Man?
This would be Macho Man, man. Macho Man, man.
Macho Man. That's like Adam Sandler's kid. Oh, I'm the Macho Man. Look at that guy, the fan over there. Got the Macho Man sign.
Poster.
Going right for Repo Man. He knows what's up. Macho Man has identified his first victim as the Repo Man.
They had a little feud going on.
Yeah.
Because Repo Man repossessed Macho Man's hat.
Daggum. Why? What? How is that even a storyline?
1993, my friend. Tito nearly knocked his eye out on that guardrail.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I know I'm in the minority here. I said this, I think, on the 92 Rumble. this is my preferred Macho Man look, just because that's what I came in.
Right,
on.
you
That's
like
what
the
I
long
grew
pants.
up on, and that's
Oh!
I like the long pants and the T-shirt. I know I'm like the only person who says that, but that's what I remember most about Macho
Right.
Man.
Oh, Owen's trying to skin the cat, but he
He's
can't
struggling.
quite go all the way. He got it. Jumping on Yoko's back. Backlund, man, he's been in there. He's riding it out. The Iron Man. When Bob Backlund, 71 years old, is your Iron Man, that's something about your roster.
He's been in this as number 3.
Oh! Ooh, how did he not break his
I think
knee?
he blew his knee out. My God.
He may have.
They're
Oh, Barry Darso's
flying
gone.
fast here. Final 4.
Yes, Rick Martel's in the Final Four.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yoko, the model, the Macho, and the Backlund.
Oh, man.
One of these guys going to WrestleMania.
Let's go, Martel. Let's see how this plays out. Was this live?
Yeah, it's live.
No. Good. Good.
I won't spoil it for you.
Okay. Oh, he's the tannest one in there.
I like Backlund's got his white gym socks coming up out of his boots. Too. Very old school.
It's always good. Dude, Martel's got the GTL going on, man. Gym tan laundry, baby. Look at that. Getting Bob Backlund out of there.
He's going to hit the GTL on Backlund right here. I'm going for it. God, why doesn't like Zack Ryder do that? Do the GTS because the GTL.
Exactly. Oh, they should do that. You're welcome, WWE, if you're listening.
He'd probably blow his knee out if he did that. He is
Probably.
terrible.
Have you seen him
Terrible
recently?
dude.
He shaved.
Him and Hawkins. They shaved their
Hawkins
beard.
did too?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Quarantine shave.
Dang. I didn't know Hawkins. I saw a picture
Yeah.
of Ryder. He looks like a baby. He looks like he did in 2008.
That's right. Yeah.
He's one of the Edge guys. Oh, man.
Oh, your boy.
Oh,
Oh, man.
It's okay. He'll have an epic feud on WCW Nitro with Booker T. Look at but Backlund.
He does not know where he is.
He's got some slow release drugs in his body.
He looks like he was just born. It's just like looking around at the world. Oh, my goodness.
And Yoko also blown up.
Oh, with a drop kick
Oh,
an
no.
hour into this match. I believe he actually breaks Ric Flair's time record right here. Like, I think Ric Flair set the record for length in the Rumble. I think Backlund actually breaks it, even though he doesn't win. As he's gone, what a run from
man.
Bob Backlund. Incredible performance here.
Dang.
So we're down
Incredible performance.
Yokozuna and the Macho Man.
Tell you what, Yokozuna is really selling. But he's not selling. He's actually like out of it.
Yeah.
It looks like. Unfortunately, he's not really given that big, scary man feel about him. Does that make sense? Like, he definitely looks winded.
He does.
Samoa!
Yeah. But I tell you what a push, man. What a push to see him in here.
You wouldn't have seen Undertaker. If this was Undertaker, you would not have seen him look tired like this. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
you're right,
absolutely.
you're right.
No, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's great. Yoko was fantastic, man. I wish Umaga could have gotten the same push that Yokozuna got.
Yeah, me too.
Because he was way better than the ring, too.
Oh, yeah.
Man, look at this guy. One of these two is going to headline WrestleMania for the first time in the Royal Rumble, like you said.
And Macho Man, I mean, he's doing a great job putting Yokozuna over. Selling
Yes.
big time. I mean, and what a legend Macho Man was.
Yeah, he's a star.
At this point, yeah, for him to give this rub to Yokozuna.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Headbutt.
Man, I tell you, I don't think, we talked about Mr. Perfect earlier. I don't think people talk enough about how great Macho Man selling was. Like,
Oh, he's fantastic, too, yeah.
absolutely.
He really was, man.
There's this match from one of the Saturday night's main events with him versus Bret Hart, and it's the best selling of a leg I've ever seen. And Macho Man sells his ankle or his leg being hurt the entire match, and he doesn't drop it the entire. Like, there's not one moment where he's not selling it. He doesn't do a drop kick all of a sudden or anything. It's just it's the best selling I've ever seen.
You let Seth Rollins' knee watch that match. Just his knee. Just needs to watch that match.
Just hold the phone up above his knee.
Look at, oh man, the crowd doesn't know what to do. Oh,
and again,
Turner.
Yokozuna he's only 3 months into the company now, so this is, they're strapping the rocket to the young guy right here.
Yeah. What's funny is he gets overlooked for how dominant his push was, because I always think of Brock Lesnar with somebody who just came in, made an immediate impact, and got pushed to the moon.
Yeah,
he gets forgotten about. I guess people think he was there for a lot longer before. I mean, he's at the main event WrestleMania. It's crazy.
This crowd's waking up now, though.
Oh, good old
little Samoan
Saito
super kick,
sidekick, Yakuza kick. He's Japanese.
There you go.
It's amazing this guy's going to get bigger.
Yeah, that's
like physically.
It's a shame.
Oh, Scott Steiner.
Dang.
Oh, there you go.
Smashed him into the ground there.
That's it. Oh, the kid's hugging his Macho Man doll in the front row.
Oh.
He's like, no.
Broken heart, yeah, I'm sure.
The Macho Man.
Oh, Macho Man.
Oh, no. About to drop the stinky leg drop on him.
He's taking his
Macho
time.
Macho is dead.
Oof. Now he's dead.
Oh, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be. Macho's holding his teeth. Yokozuna just milking it.
They are taking their time.
They are taking their sweet time here.
He's got him beat down, but you got to get him over the top rope.
Got to get him over the top rope, pal. Come on, let's get him up there. He is sucking the wind, man. It's sad to go back and watch this kind of, honestly. I didn't realize as a kid, going back and watching the tapes and stuff, how out of shape he was. Oh, man.
But we've seen him go before, like some of those Undertaker matches.
Those were great.
Yeah, but he could go.
Mm-hmm. Now, did he have a career before this? Like,
a little bit, yeah. He was Coquina Maximus in the AWA and very briefly.
That's right.
Like, there's some. It's on one of the hidden gems.
Oh, what do you know? The
on
AWA.
The network.
You mean Vince stole another guy from AWA, made him a star?
I think it was AWA.
Again, never gets talked about.
What?
Oh!
Reverse Stinger Splash.
Yeah. If he had painted his face, whew, it'd been terrifying.
Really would have, absolutely.
What is up with Macho's hair? We talked about this before. I can never figure his hair out. They're having quite a match here, though. Like, this is kind of reminding me of Taker and Shawn, like just the fact that they're going on for a long time.
Elbow drop.
Oh! Love it. I'm trying to pin him.
And that'll do it.
Wow.
He kicked out of the pin and flew Macho Man out of the ring right there.
Why did Macho Man pin him?
Do you think that was a flub?
No, that was a spot in the match for some reason. But why was that in the match?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that was definitely the planned ending.
A weird ending, but Yokozuna shoves him off over the top rope, and a new star is born right here, man. As Hail Caesar.
Oh, goodness. Cesar Romero?
Who is this guy?
Is that the dog guy? Yeah. Caesar?
The dog whisperer.
Dude, Doko can't wait. What's he got? A check to cash in at WrestleMania?
The winner's purse, yep. Money in the Bank right there. The original one, I guess.
It's a little tiny check he's walking. George Lucas working the sound over there. Oh, man. Well,
yeah,
that was
you're
fun.
right. That was very reminiscent of the Undertaker Shawn Michaels finish.
Yeah, I forgot how long these guys went.
I did too, man. Did not remember that. But overall, man. Undertaker was not technically in the match for a long time, but got a big moment to shine. And they definitely putting that over as the secondary storyline, man. Undertaker and Giant Gonzalez, as this crowd filters out.
Yeah. Why are they still filming? Yeah, it looks awful. The crowd is just storming for the doors.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that was fun though. It was fun to see Taker in there and be the old monster that we used to cover here. That he's changed and adapted and evolved. But that was fun. I enjoyed that.
And that fills in one of the blanks for us. One of those early episodes. I guess this probably would have been like episode 9 or 10,
8, 7,
something like that in the early days.
Ooh.
If you want to slot it in there. And
did Luger debut this night?
This was his debut as the narcissist.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. As we're watching the highlights of the night here as the network feed ends and the show ends. But we'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd love to hear your opinions of this match of Undertaker and Giant Gonzalez and Carlos Colon and Yokozuna and all that stuff. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at TalkingTaker. Subscribe wherever you listen to. Leave us a comment. Leave us a rating on those episodes. We do appreciate. We love all your feedback here as we're watching Bret Hart and Yokozuna face each other down, man. WrestleMania 9, the main event. If you want to go back and listen to that one, we covered that. And Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez from that show. But we appreciate all you guys listening. I do want to say thank you to one of our listeners, Thomas Rodriguez. He listens to us and watches.
Oh, T-Rod
on YouTube. He commented, "I wish you the best, guys. Thank God you were able to get back from New York on time before this coronavirus situation. It's very serious. Be careful and stay safe, please." So we do appreciate that, Thomas. And it was kind of crazy how that all worked out, man. How we were able to do that just in the nick of time.
We made our escape from New York. I think that movie was on that night too, wasn't it?
It was.
L.A. was on.
Now we watched the first 3 Batman movies in the hotel room. But in all seriousness,
that's another suit with nipples, just like Giant Gonzalez.
That's true. The original.
Sorry. But in all seriousness.
In all seriousness,
we are glad we made it.
We are glad we made it back, and our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody affected by this, which really is everybody, whether you're facing an illness or death in the family or anything, or just having to go out and work in hospitals and fast food restaurants, out on the front lines, or whether you're stuck at home, whether you lost your job, whether you're at home with the kids. We're just trying to hopefully provide a little slice of entertainment, a little break from the world right now, and we're going to continue to try to do that the best that we can as we keep this podcast rolling onto the last ride, and we move on to Judgment Day 2008 next week. We get back to our timeline and talk about Undertaker and Edge yet again, but look forward to it. Some more fun stuff on there. And Travis, I know you wanted to bring up something with The Undertaker and JR's podcast that you heard talked about.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, I just want to talk about, it was the Ken Kennedy episode of JR's podcast, which we voiced our displeasure for that man, Kennedy, but I actually wound up sucking it up and listening to it. I was desperate for something to listen to in this quarantine time, and my family was out of town. So anyway, but on this, they talk about Kennedy's run with Undertaker and how he was supposed to win the title from Undertaker before he got injured, and they had to switch the Money in the Bank to Edge and all that stuff. But Conrad Thompson asked JR about how important Taker is to the WWE, and as far as a Mount Rushmore of wrestling, does he deserve to be on there? And JR says he deserves to be at the top of the mountain. He said he's the Babe Ruth of WWE, no matter all the guys, Bruno's, Backlund's, Bret Hart's, Hogan's, Austin's, Rock's. He says as far as the tenure, what he means to the locker room, no one can be placed ahead of The Undertaker in my eyes. And then he says this, which I thought was very interesting. He said, I could see having a Hall of Fame one year with one entrant, and that's just The Undertaker.
Wow.
And having the people that he's worked with over the years just come up and do presentations and inductions of him. He said Mark is that kind of guy. He said he takes the time to help you, and he does what the old veterans used to do. And so I just think it was really, like, that idea, honestly, would be awesome. Just a one-man Hall of Fame 1 year when he's finally done. Just have a whole Taker night. So thought that was pretty cool.
Wow, that's really, really cool. I never would have thought of that. But, the very first Hall of Fame inductee was Andre the Giant. And they didn't have a ceremony or anything, but he was the only person to go in the Hall of Fame that first year. And we've kind of talked on this show. We brought up those comparisons, how he is sort of the the man who stepped into Andre's legacy the most in that time since then. So how fitting would that be?
Right.
And, I mean, I couldn't agree more. That would be incredible, and
Yeah.
you'd have so many people that could talk and speak to that legacy. He's the only guy you could make that case for, really.
Exactly. So I just thought it was really cool, really neat. Again, I suffered through the rest of the podcast, but that was really, really cool. Really cool stance on that JR had. So, and JR's seen it all too.
Yes,
He's seen them all, and
Yes.
he's hired them all, and he's been there for the Austins and the Rocks and the Hogans, and he's seen it all. So to have him say Taker's number
Yes.
one is pretty big, you know.
for him to say that is huge. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks, that does it for today. We appreciate it. Give us your feedback. Hit us up. You know where to find us. You know where to support us if you want to during this time. tpublic.com. Pick up a t-shirt or sticker or something. And go back and listen to all the other episodes in the archives if you got more free time on your hands or if you need more stuff to listen to. But, yeah, man, close us out.
Yeah, if you were there at the Arco Arena on January 24th, I think it was, 1993, if you were looking forward to Jurassic Park coming out in a few months just like I was, let us know. Let us know what you thought about this big Yokozuna coming in and winning this match. And, what you thought about all these other Hall of Famers that you may not have known were Hall of Famers at the time. And what you thought about Taker and this big naked man that came out and beat him up. So, and, what you thought about that. But, yeah, we'd love to hear if you were there. We haven't gotten a lot of those from back in the day, but we'd love to hear one if you were there this night. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, take her easy.
Now then, on to the Royal Rumble with 30 of the greatest superstars in the World Wrestling Federation today, all competing to win this big event. Coincidentally, the winner of this year's Royal Rumble will have the opportunity of meeting the World Wrestling Federation champion at WrestleMania 9 in Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada. In the Royal Rumble, there are no friends. It is every man for himself. And here's just a sampling of the great talent on display this Sunday afternoon at sold-out Arco Arena in Sacramento. You'll see the Nasty Boys, Brian Knobs, and his partner, Jerry Saggs. Native American superstar, Tatanka, 500-pound plus, Yokozuna. And this man, let's hear from The Undertaker.
Oh, no Undertaker likes an empty funeral parlor, but this Sunday we'll have 29 fresh bodies, Undertaker. As the new year comes upon us, I relish the challenge to put 29 new bodies away. Gentlemen, prepare to rest in peace.